guys, welcome back to my channel. So have you noticed anything different? I've cut and dyed my hair finally. I've been talking about doing it for so long and had it bleached the other week. I'm really liking how it's looking and I've got it all curly, so that's not really relevant to the video. But anyways, so the look I came up with today was the candy cane eyeliner. I'm sure you've probably seen it on Instagram. I really wanted to give it a go, so here is my interpretation of it. I just wanted to do a little quick mini eye tutorial rather than doing the full face because I much prefer doing the eyes, and you guys also seem to prefer eyes over on Instagram. Those posts tend to do a lot better. So let me know if you like this format of video, and we'll probably do it more often, just doing the eyes instead of the full face, because doing foundation can get a bit repetitive if I'm doing it every video. So if you'd be interested on seeing how I got this look, then please keep on watching. So I'm starting off as usual, just priming my eyes with my MAC Painterly paint pot, and I'm taking this on a little small concealer buffer brush, which is one of those fake artiste ones from eBay, and then I'm setting that with some translucent powder, which is just RCMA no colour powder. I'm going in with primary red from the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette, and I'm using this on a very small paintbrush just to map out where I roughly want my crease to go. Then I'm taking a little small pencil brush and buffing all of that colour out, and placing this colour down first really just helps a lot for me to get the colour placement of the eyeshadow exactly where I would like it to be, and it helps me be a lot more precise later on when I'm doing my concealer. And I'm going in with this bright red colour from the NYX Elements palette. This is the Fire palette. It was the first time I was actually trying these shadows, and I was super impressed actually with the pigmentation, because I've tried a few NYX shadows before and they've never been as pigmented as this one, so I was really quite impressed. I would say it's comparable to Makeup Geek, maybe slightly more pigmented, even going into Anastasia, which is like the best pigment you can get basically. I'm also taking the orange from that palette, and I'm taking this on a slightly larger fluffy brush to help blend out the red basically and transition it into my skin tone. And when you're blending these shades out, be careful not to bring it up too high onto the brow bone. Like I had a bit of a mistake, I had to correct with some concealer later, because it can start to look a bit muddy when it gets into the brow bone area. I'm also taking the darkest maroon shade from that palette on that little tiny pencil brush again, and taking this right in the crease, and I'm really being careful not to blend this out a lot at all, because we just want to create a lot of depth and dimension, so we don't want it to get all muddy by bringing the colour all over the lid. And especially try and be as precise as you can when we're on the outer edge. Taking my MAC Select Cover Up Concealer, you can use any concealer that you have at hand, and I'm using this on a small round concealer brush. This is just actually a paintbrush, and I'm using this to carve out that crease, making it really nice and sharp and precise, really cut, and just clean up any of those little red eyeshadow marks that I may have got on my lid by mistake. Going back in with my translucent powder just to set the concealer so that it doesn't print into the upper crease later on. So I'm taking my white liquid liner. This is by NYX, and it's not the best white liquid liner, but honestly I've no idea where to get a better one, so if you do know one, please let me know. So I'm just drawing out a basic wing here, and the problem with this liner is it dries so quickly that it does tend to crack quite a lot. So it photographs well, it looks good in pictures, but just long term, like say if you were wearing this out, I probably wouldn't recommend this product because it does tend to crack and flake off quite a bit. So if you do have any recommendations, please let me know, because I'm always on the search for a good white liquid liner. I'm then taking NYX's Vivid Brights eyeliner. This is another liquid liner by them, and this is in the colour Vivid Fire, and I'm painting on very delicately these tiny little stripes of the candy cane. Really take your time to get this as precise as you can. It took me quite a while to do each eye, and as you can see I'm just trying to make them all as symmetrical, as evenly spaced as I could. And I did have a few little mistakes which I had to go in and correct with the white liquid liner after, but overall I think this technique works quite well. And back to the shadow, so I'm taking those same shadows I used on my upper lid on the lower. So starting off with the orange, and then took a little bit of the bright red on a small smudger brush. You can see I'm just doing that here, getting it close to the lash line, and then I went in with a tiny bit of the darkest maroon right up close as I could to the lash line, and then I blended those all together with my little fluffy brush. Now, to make this look a little more festive, I wanted to add some glitter, and this is the colour Lux from NYX's Glitter Girls Kit number 3, and this is new for the festive season. They released 3 glitter trio kits, and this, like I said, is from the kit number 3. I'm just taking that small paintbrush again and lining this right along the crease. I mixed it with my Lit Cosmetics glitter glue. Now going in with my dip brow pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm in the colour medium brown, and I just like to sketch a harsh line along the bottom of the brow and then fill in the rest of the brow roughly, so it's not so sharp and so defined all over, because I kind of like a softer brow for making it look more wearable. So now onto the lashes. I'm starting by curling my own lashes just with my Tweezerman curler, and then I go in with my Eyeko Black Magic mascara, but just take whatever you want. This is just to blacken the lashes, and make sure to cover up any eyeliner that may have got on the lashes in this process. And this is just to prep for my falsies, and the falsies I'm going to be using today are Pinky Goat lashes in the style Amani. Now going in with my trusty Sleek Solstice highlighting kit, I'm mixing the 2 bottom shades together and just highlighting my cheekbones and along the other high points of my face, such as the temples. I've been loving highlighting like above my brow bone near the temple area, and also down the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and the inner corner of my eye to give a bit of a lift, and of course the brow bone. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you liked the video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out so much. And if you are not subscribed already, please subscribe down below, where you can see lots more makeup tutorials much like this one coming in the future. If you have any suggestions for some festive makeup looks, leave it in the comments below and I'll make sure to do those for you. Also, all my social media links, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, will be linked in the description box below. I often post a lot more looks on Instagram than I do to YouTube, so stay tuned. So yeah, that's all I've got to say this week, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I did not realise it was still recording. No. Oh no, my glitter glue. I didn't put the lid on and I put it in the bag and it's leaked on everything. I don't know how to pose. I have forgotten.